Hey, welcome to yet another devlog. Yeah, it's been a while that I was staying away from doing these streams, even though I really enjoy putting myself in this challenge. In the past few weeks, I needed to slow down a little bit and reflected a little bit about what I was achieving here, what was my goals, and where I am. So that's why I mainly was hesitating to get back to these streams, and I have some updates that I want to share. Right, in the last weeks, I also tried uploading some videos, which was basically my myself reading my essay and presenting it with some slides. I kind of like that format because it's not just about putting myself in the shoes of somebody who is learning, but also trying to basically reflect on what I'm learning, articulate my ideas and stuff like that. And that was quite helpful. Of course, I needed some time to set things up the way I like it to be, and uh, do not have that much of a friction when I uh, have an idea to share. But yeah, that took some time of all this process. Of course, in the past few weeks, I wasn't when I wasn't streaming. It wasn't like that I wasn't doing anything with regards to the goals of uh, these streams. I had some decent progress on the Nick's home project that we were working on in a few streams together. Um, where am I? Why I cannot find myself? Sorcery zone home. Yeah. So I think quite constantly, especially in the past 2 weeks, I was contributing to this project. There are some ideas that I would like to share in my future video, say, or blog post. I'm going to get back to this, but a sneak peek is the list of services that I'm now hosting for. It's not for the sake of doing a self-host or and these kind of practices that is taking off quite in the past few years in YouTube, but mainly to help myself to consume uh, content in a more intentional way. So before I was having, for example, Readwise Reader, where I was herding a lot of articles, but I never were going back to actually read them. I had like 200 items in my bucket, and every day I was reading one or two, but adding like five more. Or the RSS reader, I wasn't actually reading a lot of them, again, hurting them. Uh, so the idea here is to use services that provide you with bare minimum requirement and nothing fancy with regards to structure and stuff like that. So I can just focus on what I really want to consume. There are a bunch of other services which I think people interested would know. But the two main ideas that enabled me to implement these was the first one, how I'm going to back this setup and then back it up. And then the idea of having this AI researcher, which at the moment is offline. I'm going to fix this and share the setup. So that was the first part that I wanted to share with you. So there has been some progress. With regards to Zig specifically, I was happily doing a few exercises from exercism, which, to be honest, I was surprised how helpful uh, the practice of exorcism was in this case. So, in the previous experiences that I had with exorcism, I was doing the learning path on exorcism, where they have these practices, a bunch of practices that, together with the README, which usually is supposed to share the problem statement with you, they also share some concepts of the target language that you are learning. For example, JQ, Go, and stuff like that have this learning path. But for Zig, they don't provide it. However, relying on my knowledge around Zig, what I learned over these streams, I was trying to solve some of these problems. And to be honest, I am happy about what I'm learning here. So as you can see here, first try, I tried to solve the problem myself. And then the second try, I tried to learn by the answers from the community, and the techniques, the tools, the standard library utils the community is using is really interesting, really helpful for me to understand, for example, how to use allocators more effectively, more intuitively, or do these kind of tricks which I never have done before. So far, I have solved like 10-12 problems here, and I'm going to continue solving this. And I'm thinking that I would like to do these challenges on live streams as well. So when I feel like it, or when I, for example, find something interesting in the challenges, not all of them, but when I learned something interesting about something, I'm going to just do a short live stream with you about a bunch of them and go over it. So probably the next one, I'm going to just review my progress so far on these, and then after that, every few days, I'm going to do a stream, go over all of my learning. So I'm not going to put myself in the situation that I'm going to solve these problems live. That's just doesn't work with me. That's how I'm also terrible at live coding interviews. I don't want to go over that, especially when I'm learning the language and most of the concepts. This is not the type of problem I usually solve. So that's the next step. What else I wanted to share? So far, the majority of the content on this channel and what I was focused on was learning low-level programming and doing Zig and doing projects like that. I'm going to continue these because these are interesting to me, but knowing myself, I get bored quite easily. I know that. So to help keeping it fun for myself, I plan to also add my other activities, share my other activities here live as well. So apart from articles and Zig programming and stuff like that, I'm going to, as I said in my channel before, that I'm interested to double down on robotics, for example. And in that, in such a scenario, I would like to, for example, share my learnings on 3D printing or doing electronics. I'm going to, I have the setup ready now. I can start basically sharing those as well. I'm basically logging it for myself in future to get back to. These are basically the updates. I'm going to keep these streams, try to get back to these streams more regularly in future. But let's hope I can achieve that goal. So the channel update is done. That's ugly scratch. Maybe turn that into a check mark. This is more beautiful. Then the next step is to go back to the Zik toolbox program that I developed. To be honest, I kind of forgot where I was in this. I watched the last video I had, but I'm going to basically um, review the code. I think that more useful. I kind of have a fresh eye right now, and then plan the next steps. So that's the whole purpose of this stream today. I'm not going to spend much time here. Keep it casual for today. And yeah, probably I'm going to keep these Zig streams every other day, 3 days a week. Mainly Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are my goal. Let's see if I can continue like that. But back to business. About WC Toolbox, the rethinking process that we were doing here. Yeah, we had some functionalities enabled. I think we had the bytes count, chars count, lines count. These two weren't available. Words count, I think, was the next one that I wanted to implement. And then let's see, I already see there is an error in the comments here. Here I'm doing the character count, and here I'm doing the line count -l. Yeah, and then yeah, the problem here was that I was doing this processing over my file, over and over, loading the file per command, even though the user can request all of them together. So the main rewrite I would do for the next step is to extract this logic into an interface or object. I'm not sure what is it called in Zig, but the first step would be logic to then probably the next low-hanging fruit is instead of loading the whole file into the memory or doing it chunk by chunk, which is currently causing me some issues on where the line is ending, I'm going to switch to a memfile solution. Memfile instead of chunks. And then from there, yeah, I think a lot of rewrite will happen here. But quite interesting, the stuff that I've never done before. And then from there, the next step would, I think, the natural one would be words count. And what is this -l? print the maximum display width. Oh, well, it okay. So let's see. Echo A B B B C to test WC-L test. Okay, I think what I wanted to do is to do like this. So yeah, it counts the longest lines character count. This is interesting as well, but I think easier compared to others. -L, and then eventually files from. Yeah, that's I think it for today. I just wanted to yeah, break the silence, share some progress update here, and keep myself committed to get back to it. Even though I scheduled this stream for Saturday morning, I couldn't make it for odd reasons. And then again, yesterday I needed to move it, reschedule it. But I'm going to keep it regular from now on, 3 days a week. This is just an update of why there was a long delay. And yeah, starting Wednesday, we are going to get back to coding, and hopefully along the way, I'm going to add share other kind of activities that I have in the same way. I just don't want myself to be solely focused on Zig programming, even though I enjoy it a lot. But I have other ambitions as well that I would like to share. Yeah, that's it for today. I'm on 20 minutes mark. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. If you guys are interested to help me, please join in. I would really appreciate having people around me to work on these kind of interesting ideas. That's it for tonight, and see you later.